Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Sigma New Mod Collection. You can purchase the whole thing, which is this bag, these brushes, the palette, double-ended brush that comes with the palette. But you know what's not shown in here is the liquid lip that I have on, which is fantastic. Here is the palette. Pull out these lips. Brushes are dirty because I did use them today. So you can get in this design, which is this mauvey pinky handles with little bits of glitter on the ends of them. You got a cheek brush. You got a foundation brush, my favorite foundation brush. I think this is the E24. It comes with a blender brush and an angled brush. Let's talk about the lippies real quick so we can focus on the eyeshadow palette. This is a beautiful everyday shade. And then there's this gloss. I did get out my phone, look on Instagram to see if they replied back to me. They haven't yet. But I wanted to know, why did you guys go backwards in time? Why did you go back to this brush on the gloss versus the doe foot? They went into a doe foot because I hated it. That's why. They left this brush on the gloss for a doe foot because Mary didn't like it. So without them answering me, I'm going to take a stab in the dark and say, they just really want a brush on the end of their glosses because they're a brush company maybe. And then they did work on this brush because I sat there for a whole day like going like this and fraying it and, you know, just really bending it just so I could see, you know, why. And I think maybe they did something to the brush because it doesn't fray now. There's the liquid lip. I'll come in a little closer so you can see that. Ooh, so pretty. And now let's talk about the palette. This is very reminiscent of the long time ago. Remember the It Cosmetic Pretty palette? Is that what it was? It had this on the outside, except it didn't have these crisscrosses. Do you remember how filthy that palette would get because of this velour velvety kind of pink on the outside? I do. I will say that it's not really filthy, and I have put it through the wringer, as you're going to see when I open it up. Now, I do have a mark right here. I mean, for what this is made of, this should be a little worse for wear than it is right now because of how much I have totally wrecked inside of this palette. Once again, we have a very hefty kind of plastic that can go over it, and it says New Mod on it. It has the outside design on the inside. We have the customary brush with the crease brush and a little shader. It's kind of universal. It'll work for pretty much everybody. As you can see, it is pink to match everything. The mirror says New Mod and Sigma on there, and you can see that I have just really wrecked this palette. It can be blended out actually with your fingers if you want. You can just use your fingers if you have to. Use the brush that comes in there. Use your Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set if you want. Okay, whatever brush you want to use. Looking at the palette, you might think that this one right here, wow. Don't dig into the shade. It is very loosely pressed and it will crumble, okay? I suggest you just take your finger and go like that and tap into it. You know, press that pigment down as you get some of it and use it with your finger, not a brush, because that's how this got wrecked like this. The rest of the shades, they're soft, okay? They're all soft, but not as soft as Artsy. Holy cow. These shimmery metallic shades, you know, if you get aggressive with it, they're going to crumble, but they're oh so beautiful. And of course, I am happy to add this to my Sigma collection because I love them. Some of you have let me know over the years that you are very much interested in just a matte look. And this will be really simple, really fast. It really will be. So simple, so fast. It's like an everyday out the door. I think instead of using the Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set, now back in stock. Thank you for your generous support of buying the brushes. I think I'm going to show you the brushes that come in this collection. We got 3 eye brushes. We'll use those. And maybe the one that actually comes in it because it's fully functional. You can do your entire look with just this double-ended brush, which, like all the others, matches the decor of the apartment it's living in. I thought it was cute. Whatever. I'm going to come right here into Preppy. As you can see, I've been loving on these shadows already. I mean, they look disgusting, don't they? Here's a new palette that I've already beat the crap out of. Ugh! Anyway, I'm just running that from the crease up. You know why? It's because I have these older, slacker lids named Mary Ellen. Sorry. Mary Ellen always says she's a slacker. Get it? Anyway, you know why I'm doing it. You know it's because I have these older, slacker lids, which I realize I don't have the worst in the world, so there's that. But yeah, just laying that down from the crease up lets me go ahead and blend a little easier. And I'm going to need to because of that slackness. See how that's laying down on the job? There. Let's come right there into Edgy. And we're just going to pat. I'm coming up here and I'm patting. Wherever you lay down that brush is where it's going to be the darkest. So if you don't want that to be like in the inner part of your eye, maybe don't start there. So see how easily I can lay that down, and I'm not going back and forth. I'm just patting. There we go. I think those pat out really nice. The part that I'm actually focusing on here is transition, right here. Okay, because the rest of this, like the top, I'm going to just tap that back down into Preppy, and I'm going to bring it under my eyebrow to soften this up a little bit. Then I'm going to take my E24 and come over here to this darkest shade out here called Grunge, just patting that down. And we're going to pat out here on the outside part of the lid. I wish I would stop saying we, because that assumes that you have this and are doing it with me, and I don't think that is the case. See? Bringing that down over the top of the little hood that I have going here by just relaxing my eye. And it makes it look a little more even to this eye, which I do not have to do that for. Then I'm going to take the brush that came with the palette, because this is a shader of sorts. And I'm going to come back into Preppy. We've just used 3 shadows. And I'm going to brighten up the inner corner and the lid. Just tapping where this meets Grunge. Very simple, matte eye look that I think makes the entire eye look a lot more awake. And that's important for me today because I've had 2 hours and 15 minutes sleep. Don't you just love that when that happens? Oh, I do. I can't wait for my weekly, it seems like, day where I don't get any sleep. We're going to line with it. Or rather, I'm going to line with it. You're going to watch. Relax your eye so that if you need to come over the top of that hood, you can. And I'm focusing on the outer corner. Take the same brush, dip into Sophisticate, come the rest of the way, the inner corner, and mix with Grunge here. Wait till you see this. I mean, it's like my perfect nude. You know I'm a big fan of the liquid lips and glosses from Sigma. I'm going to zip through 2 more looks in this palette, and we are going to do some swatches, and then I'll back up here and we'll talk. So now let's talk about the details, which I happen to have right here. New Mod eyeshadow palette sells for $49. The Modern Glam brush set sells for $94. And what you get for that $94 is the F47 Multitasker. I love that brush. You see me with that brush all the time. I love it. It is a foundation brush. It can multitask. That's why they call it that. The F10 powder blush brush, the E49 medium tapered blending, the E24 diffused blending, the E65 small angle, and the beauty bag. The new Mod liquid lip, it sells for $20, and the Passionate lip gloss sells for $20. I will have my link below. Thank you for using them, because I know that you could just go there directly. You could use someone else's, and you know, I just want to say thank you for always using my links to help the channel. You help keep me here when you do that. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you're going to pick up anything from the collection and what you think of it. I want you to know you're the best part of the Fritzy family, and that if you're not having a blessed day, all you got to do to get one is be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
Look at this. Pop goes the lip gloss, pop goes the lip gloss. Yeah. Around and round the screw-on lid goes the lip gloss. Do you know what this is reminiscent to me of? I call on Mary Ellen. Yeah, everybody else, you can put down your hands. Mary Ellen, what does this remind me of? No. I say Mary Ellen because she's the one person who pops in my head that I know had the palette that I'm going to talk to. Looking at the palette, you might think that this one right here, Artsy Fartsy, Artsy Fartsy. It's not called Artsy Fartsy. It's not called Artsy Fartsy. I'm like Wreck-It Ralph with the eyeshadows. Wreck-It Ralph never did that. We'll get busy, get busy, get busy. Oh yeah, we'll get busy, get busy. Monday, Monday was good to me. All right, enough. I have these older slacker. Hey, speaking of slackers, Peter,